Malaysia has unveiled its biggest ever budget for next year. The government plans to spend nearly $78 billion to rejuvenate its pandemic-hit economy. The announcement comes as Malaysia sets a new record for daily coronavirus cases. It reported 1,755 new infections, taking the total tally to over 38,000. Well, it is the first national budget unveiled by Malaysia's Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin. Now, spending is being boosted on social and infrastructure sectors to cushion the blow from the pandemic. And those affected by the coronavirus will also receive targeted assistance.
Tidak pernah lagi dalam sejarah moden manusiawi sejenis wabak memberi impak begitu besar sekali. Penularan COVID-19 bukan sahaja meragut nyawa, malah turut menjerut ekonomi negara-negara sedunia. Tiada garis panduan mahupun sebarang petunjuk lampau yang boleh dijadikan rujukan. Kerana this is an unprecedented crisis dengan izin.
But the planned budget will still need to be approved by Parliament. That's when the Prime Minister's razor-thin majority will be put to the test.
Minister Goh joins us live from Kuala Lumpur for more on this story. So Mel, get us up to speed then. This budget is seen as a major test of support for Prime Minister Muhyiddin. What are some of the key highlights?
Well, Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin, in a statement issued this evening, stressed that this budget, with the highest allocation so far at more than $70 billion, despite the financial constraints the country is facing, is centered on the people, on the rakyat, to protect the people and the businesses against the pandemic, as well as to secure their future. Now, the budget has promised to create some 500,000 jobs, dishing out more handouts to some 8 million households and individuals, and those making less than $500 a month are the biggest beneficiaries. The marginalized groups, regardless of race or religion, will get help, he said. The bottom 40% of the households, the lower and middle income earners as well. Now, special one-off payments for frontliners and also measures to help the unemployed, the disabled, the single mothers, and so on. Now, to ease the people's burden and put food on the table, the government is allowing those who lost their jobs to dip into the retirement savings, subject to a cap, and delay paying their debts for another 3 months. Now, all these were demanded by both the opposition MPs and lawmakers from ex-ruling party UMNO prior to the tabling of the budget itself. In order to support the budget in Parliament, they need all these, they said. So whether it goes far enough to convince them to support it, it remains to be seen. It's just too early to tell right now.
So, Mel, when exactly will lawmakers vote on this? And also just wondering if there are any chances that the budget might be blocked.
Well, after the tabling of the budget, there will be some 3 weeks of debate by MPs beginning on Monday. Now, although the daily session has been shortened to 4 hours a day because of COVID-19 concerns, MPs will be voting on the budget on November 25th. Now, the Speaker believes that there is sufficient time for budget debate to further fine-tune it. Now, the budget for next year is a crucial one, not just for the country to steer through the pandemic, but also for Prime Minister Muhyiddin's government. If he wants to continue to stay in power, he needs to get it passed. If it's defeated, it's as good as a no-confidence vote against him, against his government. Now, judging from opposition leader Anwar Ibrahim's response this evening, he didn't think that it goes far enough. There is no concrete measures, he said, to create jobs or to stimulate economy just by giving handouts. Is not sustainable. It doesn't help the people in the long run, he said. People need a job. Natalie, Steve?
Mel, coming back to the coronavirus concerns that you mentioned, Malaysia set a new daily record today. It must be top of people's minds.
You know, the third wave has proven to be a lot more challenging to control. It will take time. The health Dr. Jenner said there's no magic bullet here. Until an affordable and accessible vaccine is found, the economy will be at the mercy of the coronavirus. The economy is expected to rebound 6.5% to 7.5%. That's the target. But there's a caveat. The senior minister, Azmin Ali, in a news conference after the tabling of the budget, said there's a caveat. All these is if the vaccine is found, and Malaysia expecting vaccine in the first quarter of the year to arrive by next year, by next March. It all remains to be seen. Now, we spoke with the health minister earlier as well, and he said that they may be thinking of tightening controls further in the red zones. Some of the areas in the Klang Valley itself, tightening of SOP is expected as early as this weekend. And some of the green zones, some of the yellow zones that are reporting some 20 over cases will also be put under control. Now, this as the country reported the highest cases today, more than 1,700, especially in Sabah. Most of the cases is from Sabah, and situation there is dire.